Hi everyone, happy Monday. Today on my live event on Facebook, I'm going to be talking about why it's okay to ask for help and how to do so confidently with 4 easy steps. So before we jump into this topic, my name is Tori Hallowell, for those of you who don't know me, and I help young professionals who are feeling burnt out in their careers and in their lives and just don't know what to do. And one of my favorite ways to help other young professionals who are feeling stuck and burnt out is by offering them different tips and strategies to help them make some positive changes in their life. And so that's what I do these weekly videos for. And I also have a resource guide available to those who want even more information and more exercises to help them get unstuck in their life. And so to access that guide, I will be posting a link in the comment section after this video wraps up. You can also go to my website, www.hallowellcoaching.com, and that's where you can download my free PDF guide, and you can also check out my other videos from past weeks. But today, we're going to be talking about why it's okay to ask for help and why it's important to ask for help, and some easy ways to do that. Now, asking for help is something that a lot of us struggle with, especially when it comes to careers, networking, resumes, writing cover letters. You're going to have to ask for help throughout your life at different points. It's kind of unrealistic to have that lone wolf mentality. It's going to hold you back. It's going to be kind of lonely. And there's so much that you get out of asking help and also giving help. It's a back and forth relationship. It's not one way. So first I'm going to break down some of the fears we have in asking for help, some of the reasons why we hold off doing it, even when it's actually hurting us and holding us back. So often when we think about asking for help, we shy away from it because it makes us feel vulnerable. I know that I have definitely felt this before. Insecure, vulnerable, needy, like I can't figure something out on my own when I really should be, and I feel bad about myself, and so then I kind of avoid asking for help and I avoid reaching out. This is something I've had to get over being a new entrepreneur. I've had to kind of get over this fear and be okay asking family and friends and people I don't even know actually for help or for resources or for feedback, and kind of being open to the results and to what they want to share with me. Oh, sorry, a little itch. I was having a conversation with a client a couple weeks ago, and he's looking for a new career path and is feeling very stuck and not sure what move to make. And so we were brainstorming some ways to get him out there. And, the idea of networking came up, both in person and also via LinkedIn. And there's a lot of fear about putting himself out there and reaching out and asking for help, either through people he knows or through, connections or friends of friends. And so, what came up with it, what came out of this was a lot of fear. So when you think of asking for help, a lot of times there's the fear of being a burden to someone, the fear of imposing on their life, of taking up too much of their time, the fear of crossing a boundary with a friendship or with a colleague, and just like admitting to that person that you're out of control maybe, or that you need help, or that you're needy. All of those emotions make us start to doubt ourselves. That's when we start to lose confidence in our abilities. Oftentimes our pride gets in the way. I know this has happened to me. I can be very prideful at times, I will admit. And it can be very humbling to admit to someone, hey, I'm stuck. I need some help. I need some guidance. And lastly, there's the fear of rejection, right? We are terrified of being rejected. Dating, jobs, emails, asking for help is another fear of rejection. So when you think about all the different reasons why you're not reaching out, why you're not asking for help, what's holding you back, I really want to ask you, what's the worst that's going to happen if you do ask for help? Like, what is the absolute worst thing that's going to happen? Someone's going to say no, and you're going to be kind of where you are currently. That's the worst. And that's not even that bad, right? So just kind of keep that in mind when you're struggling to reach out to someone. And I do this with my clients often. I want to kind of reverse the tables on you, turn the tables, and ask you, if you had a friend who was really struggling and they've reached out to you, or you had a colleague who needed some help on a project and just was really stuck, and you had the ability to give them a hand, especially if it came easily and naturally to you, wouldn't you automatically say yes, like, let me give you a hand, let me help you out, I'm happy to do so? Yes, I would say a majority of the time we are happy to help other people, whether or not they're, first connections to us or friends of friends or friends of peers. And so just kind of keep that in mind. As humans, you know, we get a lot out of helping one another. We feel good. We feel helpful. We like feeling helpful. We like feeling productive. We also really like utilizing our strengths and our gifts. Each one of us has our own sets of gifts and strengths and skill sets. And it can be really important to reach out to people because they get to utilize that gift and really help you out. Now, when you think about reaching out to someone to ask for help, especially if it comes to networking, looking over your resume, reading over a cover letter, maybe you're reaching out to someone because you need help setting out an interview and you want them to put in a good word, or you want to reach out to someone to help be a recommendation for you, right? But you have some fear about whether or not they'll say yes or no. Just keep in mind that when you are asking someone to help you, you're reaching out to them, sorry, just keep in mind you're taking care of yourself. You're making a mindful choice. And that can be a huge confidence boost, right? You're being decisive in what you're looking for. So just keep in mind that we all have different strengths and gifts, and we all want to maximize them and really spread them, you know, throughout the world, really build up that karma. So also keep in mind, when you ask someone for help, you learn something, right? You learn maybe a different angle, a different approach to a solution you never would have thought of. You learn a different trick or strategy that you maybe never have implemented before. And so asking for help is kind of a win-win because not only do you get helped in whatever the problem is at hand, but you also learn something and you continue to grow. And the same happens when you help someone else. You are helping them solve a problem in their life and you're also teaching them something. So it's a really great skill to have to be able to confidently ask someone for help. So now, 4 easy ways to ask someone for help. Just remember, when you reach out to someone, please be genuine. Please, you know, be grateful and thankful for the time that you're taking from them or for the help that they're about to give you. Don't come across as pushy or demanding. Be humble, and this will really go a long way. So step number 1 is when you ask someone for help, show that you've already tried to find a solution. So maybe you're working on your resume and you really need help, you know, coming up with a job description, or you need some new action verb words, or you need someone to just proofread it for you. Please show them, like, I've already spent like an hour, a couple hours, afternoon, after work, some evenings working on my resume. This is as good as I've gotten so far, and now I need your help going the extra mile. Or say that you need help with networking and you found a job that you love and you need help getting, you know, a foot in the door. You know, you reach out to someone, ask for some help, and let them know, you know, I've already done my research, I've written a resume, sent my cover letter, and now I'm just looking for that extra little push. Really show the person you're about to ask help from that you've gone as far as you can, you've tried as many solutions as you can to figure out how to solve your problem, and now you need a little extra support and guidance. So that's step number 1. Pretty easy, but when you kind of think about it in a different way, it really can, you know, like that spark. Number 2 is when you're about to ask someone for help, consider the timing, the environment, the situation. If someone you need to reach out to is super stressed or has a lot on their plate or a lot going on, you know, be mindful of what else might be going on in that person's life. And also be mindful that, this is step number 3, that it's okay if they say no. So when you ask for help, especially if it's kind of pushing you outside of your comfort zone and it's kind of a vulnerable moment, be detached from the outcome. As hard as it is, know that they might say no, but it probably has nothing to do with you, even though it can be hard to hear that rejection. It's probably because there's something else going on in their life. So when you go in to ask someone for help, don't go in with these assumptions or interpretations you've created, especially if they say no. Don't create stories because you might not know what's really going on behind the scenes and what they might be dealing with and struggling with, you know, in their own life, and how that energy might be drained out of them for those reasons. So really consider, you know, be thoughtful and mindful when you're going to ask someone for help, that you're asking at an appropriate time, you're asking genuinely, and that you're really showing them that you've already tried to figure out a solution. And the last step, the simple one, is pay it forward. So when you really think about giving and receiving help, it's 2 ways, right? It's not one way. And so you have to kind of always be, you know, refilling the helpful bucket, if you will. You know, if you are asking someone for help, then make sure that you're also, you know, open to helping someone else. It could be that same person, but also just make sure that you are continuously paying it forward. And this will just make the world a much better place. It will also kind of break down those stigmas and barriers that it's not okay or that it's weak, you know, to be asking for help. And I just want to remind you that asking for help, you know, you have your own strengths, you have your own gifts, you are strong and resilient. People are going to come to you, they probably do all the time, to ask you for support and feedback and guidance. And so please know that it's okay for you to do the same. Just there are correct ways to reach out to ask for help. So now that we are all on the same page and now we're feeling more confident in asking for help, whether it's in resume building, networking, a project at work, something in your relationship. Maybe you need help kind of working through issues with your partner, or you're having issues with a friend and you need some help talking out a plan. Reach out to your friends, ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for suggestions. Please feel free to reach out to me as well. I'm here to guide and support and mentor you through any issues or problems that are happening in your life. And if you are looking for kind of continual support and guidance, please know that I also offer coaching for those one-on-one who just need a little extra time and support in kind of achieving their goals and making some changes in their life. So please reach out, visit my website, or send me a private message. I would love to connect with you. So hopefully that was some great motivation for your Monday and to kickstart your week. And I look forward to seeing you again here next week. Bye.